strong, and the Rastafari movement was really emerging. In the East, you had the Mystic Revolution, Counters and Mystic Revolution of Rastafari just coming out of Warwick Hill. And all of those things and all those teachings was going on at that time gave birth to a kind of a spiritual movement in the music.
Bob Marley was one of them who took to the music and the teachings. Marley had been around from the ska era. In 1961, he and a couple of his brethren, Peter Tosh and Bunny Livingston, formed the Rude Boys, which later became known as the Wailers.
Joe Higgs would then teach the Wailers harmonies, while the planners would be getting the teachings, the spiritual teachings from a Mortimer planner, who a lot of elders will be in that yard, and he would sit and listen and talk and so forth. So that is how the influence came to have a Bob Marley, because of what was happening around him,
The teachings were often put to music in either Sir Coxson's Studio One or Duke Reid's Treasure Isle recording studios. The recording sessions overflowed with free-spiritedness and an abundance of talent. Hits were made by ear.
Studio One happens to be the station.
Studio One is widely regarded as the mecca of reggae music.
Studio One is called the University of Reggae Music. And as an artist, if you didn't work your way through that university, you would not be a complete artist.
This is the Motown of the Caribbean. Everything started right here, so right now you have to give a lot of respect to Mr. Dodd, because he had a very good ear for music.
Whilst he is not familiar with playing musical instruments, he certainly had amazing attitude in terms of what people want to dance to and what people want to listen to. He made that distinction. He had that very fine distinction.
Sir Coxsson Dodd soon realized that if Studio One could make the records, then they could own and distribute them.
It came to him that if he had his own recording, then you couldn't go anywhere and buy something that he had unless he released it. And I think based on that premise, his penchant to want to go into recording business started.
Cutting out the middleman bore Coxsson tremendous success.
Jamaica is on a bold path to recovery. After a period of long, hard thinking, after a season of considering the stark economic realities facing the country, it is decided that Jamaica needs the help of the IMF and other multilateral institutions now.
Without that help, the exchange rate would fly through the roof, and the cost of living would go on fast rapid. Without that help, we would not be able to meet our bills. Essential government services would have to be shut down. It would lead to a catastrophe that is beyond description.
That critical help is now on the way. The IMF, World Bank, IDB, and the Caribbean Development Bank have collaborated to provide Jamaica with $2.4 billion over the next 27 months. These funds will support the aggressive medium-term economic program we must all now embrace with unwavering commitment and sacrifice to safeguard Jamaica's future.
We can't afford to deviate from this program. We can't afford to slip back into the ways of the past. Slackness, skylarking, and failure are no longer options that are open to Jamaica.
This program needs the support and sacrifice of each and every Jamaican.
I know that these harsh economic times weigh heavily on the very poor and vulnerable. Their pain cannot be ignored, nor can they be left to wait until the economy recovers. Last year, we increased the provisions for social safety net programs such as PATH and the school feeding program.
Despite the fiscal constraints, the government will be increasing those provisions even further in the coming budget, and NIS pensioners will not be left out. The benefits to Jamaica are many. The possibilities are endless. Positive results will include curtailing expenses and reducing debt servicing costs, resulting in reduced borrowing. Reduced borrowing will free up government's money so that it can spend more on improving social services like health, education, fixing roads, and providing better water supply. This, coupled with banks offering low interest rates, will result in a financially healthy environment for investment, production, and job creation.
We are preparing for that new environment, preparing to fast-track that transformation. A number of significant new projects are scheduled to come on stream in the course of this year.
The path of recovery will include the following positive pursuits: financing and build-out of a new LNG facility resulting in cheaper electricity, positive signs in the aluminium industry, at least one plant may reopen and new investments are being pursued, conclusion of the casino legislation resulting in increased revenue, the Harmony Cove project involving several billion US dollars of new investment. The new Falmouth port is on schedule and will begin receiving megaships early next year. Fast-tracking of developmental projects, business expansion and investment applications. Economic project agreements with China and an investment mission to the Gulf states all show great promise.
The way forward is exciting. It will not be without its challenges. But if we make this fundamental shift in how we conduct our business, we will meet those challenges and we will be victorious.
Jamaica, this is our task. This is our challenge. This is our hope. This is a new beginning.
And this is where we'll have to close the pages of this edition of Jamaica Magazine. Check us out tomorrow for another exciting program. And remember, this and other programs can be viewed online at www.jis.gov.jm. While you're at it, give us your feedback at Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the team here at JIS, I'm Alison Watson. Have a great weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.